right. So, after months of rumors and reports, the next Assassin's Creed game has finally been officially announced by Ubisoft. Reports have been circulating for months from outlets like Bloomberg that a title was in the works called Assassin's Creed Rift. Do we have a bit of B-roll, boys? Starring everyone's favorite
Yeah,
hidden
like,
one.
hey, let me be the executive producer.
Well, come on, bro. Hit me with that B-roll. Come on.
You idiot, because you're about to read out something that's connected to the B-roll. That's why I waited.
Everyone's favorite hidden one from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Basim.
See, this is Basim. This is why I was waiting.
Basim, all right. Oh, I thought this was Dane Camp. All right.
Shut your pretty mouth and host the damn show.
Well,
Let the producer produce.
Thank you for calling my mouth pretty. So this is in addition to the live service Assassin's Creed Infinity title already in development. Now, Rift was apparently originally planned as a DLC expansion for Valhalla, like the recent Dawn of Ragnarok. The game was spun off into its own thing and became more of a traditional Assassin's Creed title. I don't know how to pronounce the next word, but I'm going to have a crack at it. Eschewing many of the open world RPG elements of the previous three games. Why did you have to put a word in there that I don't know how to pronounce?
I kind of assumed you'd throw to me on this one. That's why I wrote it like
yeah, that's what I was waiting.
Over to you from now on.
So thank you. No, you've read that fine. That's all good. You said it better than I said perturbed earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, look,
Perturbed.
more recent reports on this indicated the game's now known as Assassin's Creed Mirage and would be set in Baghdad, following the life of Basim, as we said, but like before the events of Valhalla. So I think a lot of the early reports that I read, we didn't know where that was taking place because that makes a huge difference on what the tone and the story of the game will be. I can't get into spoilers for anyone that hasn't played Valhalla, but he's a very important character to that story. And development was being handled by Ubisoft's Bordeaux studio. So now we jump forward to this week, and leaks of the game's artwork and logo and some DLC quests and stuff like that started surfacing that were pulled from the Ubisoft store, and it pretty much forced Ubisoft's their hand to announce the game. So they had seemingly, unless they kind of had already had this leak as part of their whatever guerrilla marketing thing, they have a Ubisoft Forward event on the 10th of September, so next weekend. So that was going to be their reveal of this game, and it still will be the reveal of this game. But yeah, so
re-reveal.
Announcement reveal to me are kind of two different things. Like a reveal isn't the game is happening.
Yeah, I guess
Yep. This is what the game is. This
That's
is
an
the
announcement,
trailer.
and this is a reveal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. You're wrong, Mike. Everyone's being an asshole on the show tonight. I love it.
So yeah, next Assassin's Creed.
And as the resident Assassin's Creed mega fan, worldwide mega fan.
Yes, who did the internet's most hated Assassin's Creed tier list.
Is it the most hated? Well, we can't tell anymore because we can't see the ratios anymore.
Look, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And there we go. That
just
lost
leaves
all the viewers. That lost all the viewers from this clip.
He's gone in, no lube, just boom, raw dog.
Heel turn.
It is like, Odyssey's the best, fuck you all, cunts.
But from the sounds of it, that was really rough. From the sounds of it, this will be the game that people didn't like Odyssey. This sounds like it might be the game for them.
How so? In what way?
Well, he said it eschews many of the open
I don't know what that word means.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Basically, it sounds like it will be getting rid of some of those elements and taking it closer back to basics. Now, we don't know what that means exactly. We'll see. It will probably still look like it's Valhalla in some ways, but it will probably might get rid of, for instance, the massive skill tree. It might get rid of
the
RPG
elements.
Well,
RPG weapon elements.
Well, things like
the
player choice stuff, which a lot of that was very surface level anyway, where you actually get dialogue choices and things like that. It sounds like it might not have those kind of elements.
See, I'm playing Origins at the moment, and there's no dialogue choices in that.
Yeah, they added that in Odyssey. So
cool. Okay.
But basically, it sounds like it's a bit more of a return to a traditional version, and that is, I'm all for that in the sense that I like variety in these games, and I love those older games. I love the newer games, but I'm happy to play something that's different than Valhalla and the recent games, because it will just give me a fresher experience. And Basim is an awesome character, and I'm really happy to see what they do with the story and like talking about his life leading up to the events of Valhalla, because it could be really, really cool. So
now, one thing I have to say is, I would recommend people to take caution whenever Ubisoft says anything. So I'll just quote, FYI, it won't be the longest or biggest game in the series. They've addressed the criticism on this one. And that's referring to Valhalla, which was by Ubisoft. They kept saying, leading up to it, it's going to be a shorter game. Like, we've acknowledged that the games are getting too long. And then if you go on How Long to Beat, it's the longest game. Right, so
they completely failed at that statement.
Yeah,
I definitely have a feeling it will be shorter, but not. Some people are like, 15, 20 hours. No, it's not going to be 15, 20 hours.
No.
That's ridiculous. It's going to be like 30 to 40, I think.
I mean, it might just be the same.
part.
Might be the same length as like Odyssey or something, right? Like, so you could legitimately say it's shorter than Valhalla.
The scope of the game seems very different, so I think they are going for something different here.
That'd be good.
But Origins is an interesting one because it's the first time that I played one of those games where I really didn't give a shit about the markers on the map. I played it and I only went to do side missions if I was under-leveled or something. Because I know what the formula is like. Go fetch this, go kill this, go do that. I don't really give a shit. Although some of the side stuff was actually quite interesting. But there was an element of finally I can
It sounds like, why are you even playing any of these games? Go find shit, go kill something.
No. So like, I finally got to just play the main quest mostly.
Yeah.
As in, whenever I had the opportunity, I just continued the main quest. And I had actually, the story also made more sense as opposed to being distracted by all the side stuff. But they made it in such a way that, at least in in Origins, and I assume maybe the other ones are the same, because of the level cap, not the level caps, but the level
suggestions
in certain areas and certain quests that require a certain level. It kind of does force you here and there to go do some side stuff, which I actually don't mind.
Well,
it makes things a bit more interesting, and it worked out really well.
I've talked about it on the show, but Valhalla changed a lot of that. Valhalla is still a massive game and overwhelmingly big, but it doesn't, the way that it's not like, there's a fort here, take down the fort. It's kind of like they have side quests, but they're more like little story event things that take place in the same area. The thing is with that game, the main campaign is just long.
way too long.
It is just really long. Like, it's so much so you're like, oh my God, there's a whole nother part here. And I had fun, but it's still, like, for the average person, massively long.
So what are your hopes and dreams for this, Sweeney, as the AC mega fan, the Creed fan?
I really hope that they bring in some elements from the early games, like the actual
assassinating people. Yeah.
No. I mean, that's in all these games. I'm talking the assassin's crew that you can have, that you basically can call on to take someone down. They added that in Brotherhood. I hope that they have things like, like the shop again, like from Brotherhood, that shops that you can buy and then it makes you money over time. Like, I want them to bring in some of those older elements, but modernize them a bit, and I think it would add some really cool stuff. And just a neat story. I think is what I really want from this game. So,
how about length? What kind of length are you into?
That is a loaded question. No, I'm happy if this game is 30, 40 hours. That seems spot on for me. So,
completion or just main?
Inches.
I don't know. Like, to me, it's one and the same. Like, I do everything in these games at the same time. So
you do it all.
It always conflates my impression of what the game, how long the game takes to complete, because I do everything anyway. So yeah.
And also, like, sorry, did we put it in that it's going to come out supposedly springtime 2023? I guess it's still rumorville.
Yeah, well, that was the rumors. I didn't put it in there just because I forgot. So,
2020. So what? Early next year.
God, I gotta remember winter, spring. So that's like
it's early
after
next
summer.
year.
Yeah. Okay. Before.
Lucky my head still thinks Europe, so it's really easy.
Does it?
Translate.
Okay, shit.
Anyway,
dude, even to this day, I still think December is fucking cold, even though it's not. It's the opposite.
Anyway, next week we will have more details when they officially reveal it at the Ubisoft Forward.
Yeah, no, it'll be really exciting. Is that going to be in time for the show? It just is, right?
Yeah, just in time for the show.
Because it's 10th over there, right? So
yeah, so it'll be on like Sunday
in the morning. Yeah. So we'll have to write our notes up then. Okay. Anything else get like rumored for the Ubisoft event? I know most things leak for it, so
I don't know, to be honest. I
Okay.
really, because honestly, like I'm not hugely interested in the rest of Ubisoft's catalog. So,
as the
will
big
never
Ubisoft
happen.
fan,
It never happened, but give us a Child of Light 2. There you go.
Skull and Bones is coming out shortly. That's like around. Is it on the same day as God of War Ragnarok? It's so bad.
I think it might be
They'll
like the
do
day
well.
before or something.
Oh, it's just, and it's a paid game. Not maybe they're gonna announce it's gonna be free. Like I think it's dead in the water if it's not. The other one is Mario Rabbids too. So maybe they'll have some more stuff about that, which I'll be pretty hyped about. Because I think there would be DLC, but maybe they'll announce that afterwards. So, all right, that's cool. Nice.
Awesome.